My sister-in-law recently sent a comic to our family group chat, and I found it very interesting. It's two characters, and they're speaking back and forth to each other. And one says to the other, "Aren't you terrified of what 2022 could be like? Everything is so messed up." And the second character says, "I think it will bring flowers." And then the first one replies, "Yes, why?" And the other one responds, "Because I am planting flowers." I thought this is a great way to enter into 2022. Planting flowers, planting something that you're going to reap in the future, or you're going to enjoy in the future. The blossoming of those acts of kindness, those good words, those good thoughts, positive thoughts that are going to bring about hope in our world are going to be what we're going to reap. And so if we're focused on planting flowers, 2022 will bring flowers. If we're stuck in a mindset that 2022 is going to be like 2020, full of fear and restrictions and sickness, well, we'll reap what we sow. So let's start planting kindness. Let's start planting those flowers that we want to find during this year. And that's why this TENtalk, I'd like to share some ideas of how we can live 2022 especially well. The National Catholic Register put out an article, I think a couple years ago, and it talks about 20 ways to live a holy new year. 20 holy New Year's resolutions, something like that. And it was actually put in the weekly this past week, and I'm going to link it in the description below. But I've chosen a few of these that I think are especially useful for our community as we enter into the new year. And so let's jump right into it. Number 1, give a return on your gifts. When using a gift that you have received, and maybe during this holiday season, say a prayer for the giver, the person who gave it to you. We've almost certainly all received a gift during this time, and when we use it, it's probably something we can use in our daily life. Be grateful for it. Say a prayer for that person who gave it to you. And if it's something that maybe you gave yourself, that little gift that you knew you needed, well, give thanks to God that you were able to have that gift in your life that's going to make you into a better person. Number 2, commit random acts of prayer. We've all heard of random acts of kindness, things that you do as you go through your day. But these are random acts of prayer. Maybe you pick someone to pray for. Maybe the politician that you saw on TV in the morning and you're not quite in agreement with, well, say a prayer for them. Or maybe it's somebody who you see doing a good thing in their daily life. Say a prayer for them. Invite them to continue with your prayer to have that strength to continue to do those good things in the world. Or maybe somebody cut you off in traffic. Say a prayer for that person, that maybe your prayer could change their day. And it changes your intention as well from being something of anger or frustration into a moment of peace and offering something for the other, offering a sacrifice for the other. And then you will both be blessed. Number 3, see Jesus more often. Make a weekly appointment with Jesus in the tabernacle. Make a point to spend more time with him. Maybe it's when you go to Mass, you just stay a little bit later with your family and say a little prayer before the tabernacle before you leave, making that a point so that you're growing in your relationship with our Lord. If we truly want to grow in our relationship with God in 2022, we need to make the efforts that are going to get us there. Number 4, become invisible. Look for invisible ways to do good. Maybe skipping over a parking lot or a parking spot, skipping over a parking spot near the door and pray for the one who is going to take that place. Put away a shopping cart that is left in the parking lot and pray for the one who left it there and for the next shopper that is going to use that cart. The Father who sees in secret will give you your reward. Nobody will likely notice your sacrifice, but God will reward you for the secret acts of love you are doing. Next one, call the manager and praise an employee. When you've been given good service, call the manager and report it. It will make your employer's day. For a bonus, say a prayer for them. This is something we can all do. We see inspiring people all around us all the time. Instead of being jealous of what they have done or accomplished, call them out for their goodness. If it is not easy, well, you could drop an anonymous note on their desk praising them for their good work, and moving on with your day and say a prayer for them. Last one that I'd like to point out. Use sirens and flashing lights as prayer signals. Pray for the person needing the ambulance speeding by, and also for whomever is at the end of the phone call. For whatever reasons, they could use some extra prayers. This is something that Mrs. Maneri always taught all of our students, that when you hear an ambulance, say a Hail Mary. It is that time of year right now that the snow is on the ground and it makes it tricky to navigate. And certainly we all need to slow down a little bit in our travels, but it does bring about some more sightings of sirens and flashing lights. And so maybe use these as moments to pray for those in need. And again, you can see the full article in the description in the video link. And I would like to offer you this challenge as we begin to plant flowers once again, as we begin a new year, so that we may again see those fruits as we go through the year, fruits of hope, fruits of joy, and fruits of peace. God bless your week, and happy 2022.